A young woman suffering from deeply dark thoughts decides to do something constructive with them when she finds an ancient book and uses it to establish herself as the right-hand woman of one of the most evil creatures ever known. Now we wonder, how long do any of us even have?
What's that? You want to be scared? Come with me. You will experience tales of horror, ghosts, and death. It is not recommended for the weak at heart. Listen in the dark. It's more fun that way. This is Weekly Spooky.
Hello, my spookies. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for a little spooky in your weekly. I'm your host and narrator, Enrique Couto, and I have such a fun show for you tonight as we head back to our favorite little Ohio hamlet, Strickfield. But before we get to that, something kinda cool is happening this coming weekend. Saturday, June 1st, at weeklyspooky.com and my YouTube channel, I'll be live streaming with my good buddy David, and we're going to be playing video games, talking about creepy things, and just having a lot of fun. We're going to start at noon Eastern, and we're going to go for at least 6 hours. So, if you've always wanted to catch me live, why not set yourself a reminder to head to weeklyspooky.com on Saturday, June 1st. You'll find a link. Click it and join us. And if you love what we're doing here at Weekly Spooky, maybe you've been listening for a few years and you want to finally step up and support us, we're ready for you at weeklyspooky.com. When you click on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, you get 2 bonus shows every single month, and we're getting ready to start a brand new Patreon-only series called The April Fool by Rob Fields, the writer of tonight's story. You won't want to miss it. It starts this week. So head to weeklyspooky.com, click on Patreon, and sign up today. We really appreciate it, and everyone over at Patreon really helps us keep the show going and going all the live-long and dead-long year. But now, my dear spookies, it's about time to head to Strickfield for a little terror tale all about being young and angry and in Catholic school. This one will leave you sticky with blood and wanting so much more. And we'll have all of that just for you after these quick words. Sin by Rob Fields. I'm sitting here in this motherfucking classroom, about to lose my motherfucking shit listening to this boring motherfucking lecture. Like I give 2 motherfucking shits about religion. Personally, I like my other classes. I just hate the ones about a fictitious God and the stories that come out of that big book of lies called the Holy Bible. That's what I get for coming to a hellhole like Strickfield Academy. Still, this place does have its advantages. For one, it's got great food, unlike your average high school cafeteria. 2, they give you these sexy schoolgirl outfits. And 3, I get away with murder here. No, really, I do get away with murder here. Listen and learn. I'm listening to Sister Mary Theodore talking about some shit called Revelations. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. Then these 2 cunts get my attention. We ain't allowed to have smartphones on in classes. Let these nuns catch you with one, you're lucky if you'll ever see it again. So these 2 are going old school, passing notes. Personally, I don't care if people pass notes. It's the 2 of them hissing psst when they pass them. When I've had enough of their pssts, I snatch the note and crinkle it up, making sure the nun catches me. She comes right over and holds out her hand. "Hand it over, Elaine. Now," she snaps. "That's Laney to you," I reply, and throw the crinkled ball up front. The bitch retrieves it and reads it to herself. Then she reads the rather interesting conversation to the whole class. These two both glare at me. After the rest of the class finishes laughing at the juiciness the sister just read, the girls are both told to go see Headmistress Hiltonson. Then the bitch points at me. "You too, Elaine. Now!" I sigh and grab my books. As long as it gets me out of this fucking class. "Excuse me?" she demands. "You heard me." I've easily got the attention of the other students. They know I don't take shit from anybody, especially these fucking nuns. Oh, I know Sister Theodore wants to call me everything but a child of God. I just love pushing her buttons, but not nearly as much as I love pushing Headmistress Hiltonson's. After school, I walk into detention hall, and those two cunts are here. I think their names are Joni Sawyer and Teresa Gilmer. Yep, they're glaring right at me. 1, I got them both in trouble. 2, I only have to be in detention just today. Those two are here for a whole week. Ain't it funny? Those two are passing sexual notes to each other. I backtalked both Sister Theodore and Headmistress Hiltonson, and all I get is 1 detention period. I keep telling Hiltonson she can expel me any time she likes, but she won't budge. Still, I cause more problems than both Janie and Teresa, and I keep getting the lesser punishments. "You're dead," Joni hisses. "After detention," Teresa adds. I roll my eyes. "Eat me." Remembering my shirt is tied up in front of me and not buttoned, I decide to provoke Joni and Teresa even more. And to show, I really don't give a fuck. I pull down my bra and shake my tits for them. I even get the appropriate reactions from everybody else in here. Joni and Teresa are out of their seats and ready to lunge at me when I quickly sit down. Sister Theodore, who's in charge of detention hall this week, comes in. I'm laughing inside when she points right at those two and tells them they'll be in detention all next week too. Teresa points right at me. "She just flashed her fucking tits at us." Bad move. Sister Theodore not only kicks them both out of detention hall, but she tacks on 2 more weeks for the F-bomb and the vulgar bodily reference. Her words. I'm serving my detention by reading my Bible. Oh no, I never read the false words of the fictitious God. No, I read a completely different Bible. To the naked eye, it looks like a copy of the Holy Bible, but what I'm really reading are the words of Hellweaver. There's no name for this Bible that I'm aware of. I found it when I was swimming naked in the Castalia River, next to some caves 2 weeks ago. I got out of the water and went into the cave where I was going to spend the night. Get the idea yet? I'm a fucking runaway. I ran away from home when I was 12. Believe it or not, I came from a very rich family. Probably not as rich as these Mirrans living in Strickfield, but our family never wanted for anything. And that was the big problem right there. You'd think I'd be so happy with having money and power. The problem was money just didn't interest me. It's fucking toilet paper. Then there was the whole society thing and the government bullshit. To put it mildly, I just do not respect or appreciate being told what to do. I fucking hate rules. I fucking hate society. On my 12th birthday, I couldn't take it anymore. I left that huge fucking mansion in Los Angeles with only the clothes on my back. I didn't take my smartphone or any money. Why? I can just steal whatever I want. Through the years, I've paid my dues. I got my ass kicked. I learned to kick ass. I've even killed people. I learned so much in the wild that if it was a profession, I could have made big money. Anyway, I kept wandering from place to place, stealing everything I needed or living off the land. I'm currently 19 years old and doing just fine. Why did I come to Strickfield? I just happened to jump off a train in that area. As I walked the tracks, 2 girls wearing Strickfield Academy uniforms decided to fuck with me. When they decided to jump me from behind, I grabbed one girl and snapped her neck. Then I grabbed the other one and bit a huge chunk of flesh right out of her neck. She bled all over me before she fell over and died. I took both of their uniforms and washed them in the nearby river. Curiosity got the better of me, and I wanted to see what Strickfield Academy was all about. After checking it out and seeing the place was pretty much a parochial school for fucking rich brats, I decided to settle down here for the time being. Unfortunately, you needed money to go here, so I had to steal some. Far from that, getting in here was easy peasy. Getting back to swimming naked in the river, I was staying at this nearby cave. I got done swimming and was sitting down. I had a fire going and was eating a hot dog I was cooking on it. While I was eating, I saw something interesting sticking out a little further in the cave. I got up and went to look. I found and uncovered this big, thick book. A copy of the Bible? Fuck no! Who the hell would bury that fucking book in here? No. Someone buried this particular book to keep it secret. I took it back to my fire and opened it. The text was in some language I'd never seen before. Funny thing, though, I found I could both read and understand the words. I'm not any special kind of girl with powers or anything. The only other language I could speak fluently was Spanish. But there I was, reading away. I read about a demonic goddess called Hellweaver. Turns out she was banished to the hellish dimension known as Perdition. Hellweaver battled with an alien girl known as Janessa. Hellweaver was going to use the reality sphere to change the entire multiverse into a hellish one of her desire. Janessa had done the unthinkable and damaged the reality sphere to where it exploded. This Bible doesn't say what happened to Janessa, but Hellweaver found herself banished and imprisoned in Perdition, where she remains trapped to this day. Hellweaver had been able to communicate with other beings, which would explain how this Bible was created. Hellweaver had been trying to escape Perdition for eons. There were 2 ways to free Hellweaver. 1, find the reality sphere and throw it into the Infinity Core. But since us mortals can't exactly move through time and space, Hellweaver had to find another way. And she did. It's a long process, but if done correctly, it would weaken and shatter the barriers that keep Hellweaver locked in Perdition. In fact, that's what I'm reading about again here in detention right now. First, Hellweaver needs a disciple, an advocate, someone who's willing to give herself to Hellweaver. I already told you how sick I am of this fucking world, about everything being about money and rules. The more I'm reading these passages, the more I'm absolutely sure I want to commit myself to Hellweaver. Once I succeed in bringing her into our world, she can do what this Janessa kept her from doing, however long ago that was. The first step to becoming Hellweaver's advocate is to prove to her that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. In fact, that's what's going to happen after detention. 30 minutes go by quickly. Sister Theodore says we can leave. I repack my Bible and slide my backpack on. Sure enough, as soon as I leave through the gates of Strickfield Academy, Joni and Teresa are waiting for me, and they made it a point to bring friends. Teresa has a wicked smirk. We're gonna fuck you up. Should we kick or kill her ass? Petatol asks. Kill her ass, Joni immediately answers. Then she takes a switchblade out and shows me the glistening steel. After we cut off her tits. I smile a sexy smile. What, these old things? I pull my bra down and flash them all now. Get her! Peta yells. I quickly turn and run. I can hear all those bitches right behind me. I won't be able to outrun them, especially with the weight of my Hellweaver Bible in my backpack, but I can keep some distance in between me and them. Unlike them, I'm in great physical shape, thanks to enough years of exercising, and also running from the cops. I lead them to the abandoned house I've been staying at. When I reach it, I move to a basement window and throw my backpack in before I slide right in myself. I'm already moving up the stairway with my backpack when the bitches reach the window and start coming in. It takes the bitches long enough, but they finally find me sitting at a windowsill of what used to be the master bedroom, and my tits are still out for them to see. Joni points right at me. Nowhere left to run. You are so fucking dead. I laugh. Well, I'm right here. Come and get me. When they come for me, I pull 2 hunting knives out from behind me and go at 'em. The bitches are finding out this girl's got moves. In under 2 minutes, I've got multiple dead bodies all over the floor. I lick the blood off both knives before I put them down. You babes made me feel so dirty. I purr as I start taking my clothes off. I think I need a bath. When I'm fully naked, I look at the bodies, and you can help me fill the tub.
You're not safe yet. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
I step into the full tub and lower my naked body into the blood. When I'm seated, I sink underneath the blood for a long moment and come back up. Those girls were more than enough to fill this tub. Their blood is so rich, so warm, and so sticky. No, I'm not taking after that blood countess. This blood won't let me retain my youth and hotness. Also, I'm pretty sure none of it is virgin blood. No, the first step to becoming Hellweaver's advocate is to wash yourself in the blood of your own kind. Mortals. I moan softly and scoop some blood into both hands. I bring them up and pour it over my face and hair. I bathe in this blood for several minutes before I get out of the tub and proceed to the second step. I lower myself to my knees and pick up one of the hearts I extracted from those girls. I don't even think about it as I bring it to my mouth and start eating. I have to eat all the hearts of those sinful mortals I killed for their blood. They couldn't be innocent hearts. I kept a close eye on this particular group. They didn't just bully other students at the academy. They sometimes beat them within an inch of their lives. They also committed burglaries and hurt the people they stole from, sometimes severely. I needed to show I was even more merciless than they were and would do whatever it took to win Hellweaver's favor. These hearts are actually delicious. In case you haven't figured it out, I've eaten other humans for food many times. Kill or be killed, that's how this world works. My tummy's really full, and I have one heart left to eat. I have to force myself to. I feel like I'm ready to burst. I feel like I'm going to puke. I keep taking in deep breaths until I'm starting to feel better, but I do finish eating that final heart. Now for the third and final step. I must summon Hellweaver herself and have her come before me. The Bible is already open to the pages I need. Then I light enough candles to illuminate this whole room for the ritual. Note, it's still daylight yet. I kneel down in front of the pages and start reading the incantations. When I finish, this light appears near me. I shriek with such happiness when I finally see her. Hellweaver is so very beautiful. I've only seen the renderings of her in this Bible, but they don't do her justice. Even though she appears before me, she's not really here. It's just a manifestation of herself from perdition. She's still trapped there until I can free her, which will take much longer than the summoning ritual I just did. I turn my body to face Hellweaver, but remain on my knees. It's really you! Hellweaver smiles and takes firm hold of my chin. And you are the first mortal to perform the ritual. This goddess is, the best way I can describe her, an amped-up version of a succubus. I mean, she's a combination of whatever makes up her flesh and her armor. The blank, fiery gems that are her eyes look deep into mine. You're so beautiful, I choke out. I love you. Hellweaver's still smiling. I have never seen or felt such devotion from one among your mortal kind. Please let me serve you, I beg her. She still holds my chin. I can feel that you abhor authority. Why would you now obey me? Because I want to free you, I reply. I want you to destroy this world and remake it the way you desire. I hate my people. I hate this world, what it's become. I want there to be hell on earth. I can feel myself crying now. I swear by eternal loyalty to you, my Hellweaver. I'll obey your every command, whatever you want. Name it. Hellweaver smiles again. Interesting. None have ever cried for me before. I've read your words, I reply. You're real. You're not a false god. I want to free you and be by your side. I'm crying more now. I love you, I choke out again. She lets go of my chin. Rise. She takes my hand and helps me to my feet. She takes a kind of motherly hold of my face as she looks into my teary eyes again. You have proven to me that you can become my advocate, Elena Lister. But you haven't just proven yourself to me, my daughter. You even feel for me. This is a first for both a disciple and a mortal. It was so easy for you to bathe in the foul blood of your own kind. However, eating all of their hearts was something only you have succeeded in doing. It shows that you would give your very existence to serve me. And you do not fear me. I do not know whether you are foolish or... I don't fear you because I love you, I cry. Do I need to prove myself more to show you that? Hellweaver considers me now. Come with me, my child. There is one way you shall prove your love for me. Suddenly, everything changes. Now I find myself in an extravagant bedroom. I know exactly where I am. This is my old house. I ran away from here when I was 12. Hellweaver folds her arms in front of her. You left your family at such a young age, especially when you had everything you could ever want. I hated my family, I growled. Everything was all about money and power. They were always forcing their ways on me, smothering me. This house felt like a fucking prison. I had to run away, and when I did, they wouldn't stop coming after me. Not because they loved me, but because they wanted to prove their power and superiority. Then prove yours. Sever your ties with your family completely. Kill them. Kill all of them. Suddenly, an ancient-looking dagger appears in front of me. Do to them what you did to your enemies to summon me. Show me that you truly love and cherish only me. Do this act without mercy, and you shall be reborn unto me. I take the dagger and start moving throughout the house. Oh, the servants are quite surprised when they see me naked and soaked with blood. And that's the last thing they see before I use the dagger to kill them. Wow, my parents sure had a lot of servants. Next, I find my brothers and sisters, and I kill them too. A few of them don't recognize me because they were born after I ran away. As for my older siblings, they recognize me immediately. Being naked and bloody certainly gives me an advantage, huh? Now it's down to only my parents. I find Mom and Dad sitting in bed together and watching TV. No surprise the two of them aren't fucking as many kids as they've had together. Boy, do they ever shit when they see me. Elena? Mom gasps. Good God! Dad practically chokes out. I don't waste time and march right to their bed and slaughter them. I don't just give them a few stabs. I fucking lay into them. I hate them both so much that I viciously stab them multiple times. When their blood splashes on me, I rub it into the blood already on my body. Then I put the dagger down and tear them both open. I soak my hands in their blood and wet myself more with it. I even wash my face and hair with it. My Hellweaver watches me. Do you want me to eat their hearts too? I ask. Yes. I'm still very full from the other hearts I've already eaten, but I don't hesitate. I reach inside my parents and pull their hearts out. I eat them both in front of my Hellweaver. Much to my surprise, my tummy doesn't burst as I finish both of them. I love you, I tell her again. Anything you demand, I will do. She approaches me. Indeed, you have won my love, my child. You may yet serve me and rule at my side. But for you to do so, you must be reborn. You must shed your mortal roots. You must allow me to both destroy and remake you. This is all that I further require for you to be my true daughter. Will you knowingly and willingly give yourself unto me, body and soul? I look into the goddess's eyes. I give you my everything. Hurt me, torture me, abuse me any way you like. I'll prove my loyalty and love to you again and again. Anything. Make me yours. Very well. Then you shall be reborn unto me. The scenery changes again. We're in a temple, right in front of an altar. Even though Hellweaver can't leave perdition, she's able to bring me into her realm. My goddess lifts me into her arms and places me on the altar. Now she has fangs just like a vampire and sinks them deep into my neck. I moan hard as she drinks my blood. Next, she easily pushes her hot claws into my stomach. I'm in serious pain, especially when I feel her hand on my heart. The pain becomes so intense, I don't think anybody has ever felt this. I grit my teeth and want to scream so badly. My goddess stops drinking from me. Drink the pain in, my child. Accept and relish it. This is how you will shed your mortal roots and become my true daughter. Give yourself to me, body and soul. You must. Yes, I scream. Now I can see my beating heart in her hand as she pulls it right out of me. Next, my body begins to burn with her fire. The pain is terrible now as I feel my flesh and muscles burning right off my body. Soon I can feel I'm just a charred skeleton. I'm laying there helplessly as my Hellweaver devours my heart. I'm only a skeleton with just my eyes left. I look up at my beautiful goddess in all of her glory as she finishes eating my beating heart. Now she looks at me. You shall die and relinquish the mortal realm. You shall be reborn unto me very soon. I feel myself being levitated off the altar. Now I feel my skeleton disintegrating until there's literally nothing left of me. I'm dead, and yet I'm not. Now I'm in some kind of liquid, and I see something attached to my tummy, like a cord. I can see how tiny I truly am now. And then I realize what my Hellweaver meant when she said I had to be reborn unto her. I'm literally inside the goddess's womb, and she's pregnant with me. I'm literally watching my own birth as I grow inside my new mother. When the time comes, I can see myself being pushed out of her own body. I'm a baby all over again. I watch and feel myself grow and mature as my new mother feeds me from her own bountiful breasts and nurtures me. She teaches me everything I need to know, re-educating me. She gives all of herself to me, as an excellent mother would do with a child she truly loves. Until finally, I'm a full adult once again, as I wake up and find I'm in my own bed, in my new chambers. My new mother is at my bedside. Rise, my daughter. You have truly been reborn unto me.
There's more scares where that came from. Weekly Spooky will be right back.
I sit up and face my new mother. Then she takes my hand so I can stand. She brings me to a walled mirror. I'm naked and I scream when I see my new body for the first time ever. My hair was just a dirty color before. Now it's a mix of flaming red and yellow. My eyes still look mortal, but now they're as red as my mother's. My tits were already sexy before, but now they're as big as mother's. I'm the sexiest I've ever looked. If I do say so, I'm the most beautiful thing that's ever existed now. Next to my mother, of course. I know I'm not mortal anymore. Truly I have been reborn through mother. I quickly kneel before my new mother and cry again. I don't deserve this. Mother caresses my cheek and smiles. There is no return for you now. From the moment I birthed you, you truly became my daughter and my child. You ceased being Elena Lister when you surrendered yourself unto me, and now I shall give you a new name. From this moment forward, your name shall be Sin. Simply Sin, for you abound with so much of it, more than any other being I have ever encountered. She caresses my cheek again. Arise, Sin, and stand with me. As of now, you rule at my side. I obey Mother and stand in front of her. You are entrusted to complete the ritual, to release your mother from this prison that is perdition, and to help me see my vision for this multiverse to its end. I gaze into her eyes. Yes, Mother, I will not fail you. I cry again. Now she leans in and licks some of my tears away. Must you continue to cry? I can't help it, Mother. I love you so deeply, and you've truly blessed me with your love. That's why I know I can't fail you. Use the power I have given you, Sin. You are no longer mortal. Your power is now second only to my own. She presents me with new clothes to put on my new body. You shall return to Strickfield, to the exact moment when you summon me. From there you shall accomplish the first task needed for the ritual. Also, I have a second disciple on your world, my high priest. I have placed this knowledge within your mind as well. You shall know of my high priest once the two of you encounter one another. As I dress, I will myself to change. I now have wings and horns that are metallic and razor sharp, just like my beautiful mother. My outfit is an armored bra and panties set with open-toed stiletto boots. Mother is most pleased when she looks at me. Shall I begin now, Mother? I ask eagerly. Yes. The next morning, I'm walking the halls of Strickfield Academy. You wouldn't believe all the heads I'm turning now. The nuns are looking at me with such anger. Mother has truly given me a beautiful new body, and even greater beauty. I am Sin now, but I'll resume being Lainey Lister while in the mortal realm. I'm also in my human form, by the way. I'm only going to be here long enough to claim the heart of one of these nuns. It can't be just any nun, however. It must be one who's, shall we say, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Mother assured me that my new powers will allow me to find such a nun here easily. You will always find hypocritical, false servants within your churches or places that profess to follow in the path of their fictitious god. You will see their sins on them as plain as mortal days. And no sooner do I walk right past Sister Mary Theodore. Wow. This fucking nun reeks of sin. In fact, I can smell fresh sex right on her. Elaine Lister, she yells at me. Over here, now. I walk right over to her eagerly. She's looking me over now. As usual, I have my uniform shirt tied in a knot in front of me. showing off my tight bra with my new juicies ready to burst out. This time, I've got a belly button stud on, which is against the rules here. She grabs my arm and pulls me into an empty classroom. "Get in here right now, you Jezebel!" Then she pulls the door shut. When she turns and glares at me, I immediately notice she's looking me over more. "What? You don't want me to go to Headmistress Hiltonson's office again?" I purr softly. She's looking at my belly button stud. "Remove that! Now!" I smile a very toothy smile. "Remove this?" I untie my shirt and shake myself a little to let it drop to the floor. She's ready to give me hell again, but I can literally feel the lust welling up inside her. "No?" I whisper. "Okay, maybe this." I grab the front of my bra, break it open and let it drop to the floor. Then I grab the nun and lock her in a deep, lustful kiss. She kisses me back with the same hunger and feels me up. Soon I let her strip me naked. Then I unzip the back of her habit and watch it fall to reveal she's not wearing anything underneath. Makes me wonder how many of her so-called God's commandments she's broken here at Strickfield Academy, including the one on committing adultery. I kiss her some more and caress her this time. For the record, I'm not going to have sex with her. I'm here with this wretched, sinful nun for one reason only. I feel her up a little longer before I will my fingernails to become claws and slide them into her flesh like butter. She only manages a gasp as I quickly rip her flesh open right up the middle. I reach up into Sister Theodore's ribcage and remove her corrupt heart. I hold the dripping trophy in front of me to examine it. Yes, this is perfect. "Well done, daughter. Now you must continue," I hear my mother in my mind. "Yes, mother. Your every wish is my command." This is only the first piece for the ritual to free Mother. There are many other pieces to obtain. A few more will be easy, while others will be most difficult. But I will free Mother. She will reshape this multiverse in her image. I'll be right there by her side to see it all happen. All life will be enslaved to her will, including you. Well, my spookies, it looks like the maleficent Hellweaver has a lot more in store for all of us. I guess you'll have to keep tuning into Weekly Spooky to find out what happens next in the saga of the evil that is Hellweaver. And I want to remind you again, if you want to hang out with myself and my good buddy Dave over on YouTube, just go to weeklyspooky.com this Saturday, June 1st, and you'll find a link to a live stream. Hang out with us, have some fun, maybe even call in or write a comment. We'd love to hear from you and hang out with you. It really would mean a lot to me to see a lot of spookies show up and hang out live. I also want to say a massive thank you to the 105 spookies who are already a member of our Patreon and enjoying all of the bonus content we put up over there. If you want to check it out, head to weeklyspooky.com and click on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You get bonus shows every single month and so much more, including my undead gratitude. And believe you me, I have a lot of it for all of you. And an extra special thank you to our Patreon podcast boosters. These are folks who pay just a little bit more to hear their names at the end of the show. And they are Johnny Nix, John Callan, Bobbletopia.com, Jenny Green, Brent McCullough, Karen Weemet, Jack Kerr, and Craig Cohen. Thank you all so much. And if you want to hear your name at the end of every single episode, all you have to do is go to weeklyspooky.com, click on Patreon, and choose a tier at $15 a month or higher. I really, sincerely appreciate it so very much. But now, my friends, it's time for me to get back to work. There's always so much spooky to do and so little time in the night. So for myself, for my executive producers Rob Fields and Mark Shields, my producer Dan Wilder, and my composer Ray Mattis, I will talk at you next time. And maybe see you Saturday.
Thank you for listening. Make sure to find your way back next week. But for now, you are safe. Trust me.